Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to do a video review for the UYF door lock. In this video, I'll walk you through some of the settings on this lock. I'll talk a little bit about the installation, and then I'll show you the user manual as well as some of the functions on the lock itself. So this was pretty straightforward to install. One of the reasons that I decided to get this lock is I wanted something that actually had a fingerprint scanner, as it's a little bit faster to get into the door using the fingerprint as opposed to inputting a code. But you do also have the option to use a code as well. This also has a RF card that you can use to enter, as well as a manual key which you can basically use right here on the front. So going through the functions of this, we'll start with installation first. Basically, you just take out your original lock here. You got 2 screws, and then traditionally most locks are going to have most likely 1 screw here in the base and then 2 behind the cover where your batteries will go. And then usually there's a plate that'll be here. So same thing with this. There's a plate which has 2 screws that go into the actual keypad here. This has a cable that then runs through the bottom side of the hole inside the door. You connect that through the plate and then into the actual lock mechanism here on the back. This actually has a reset button here, and then depending on if it's a left side or right side door, you just have this configured to go either way. I did have to program this to actually get it to work for this side door. I believe this was the left side, so there's instructions in the manual to do that. If you don't configure that right, the door will not lock or unlock properly, and you may think that it's a dud, but in reality, it's just a programming setting. Now, this takes 4 AA batteries, pretty straightforward. They just fit into the sleeve here, so this actually pops off, and you can just fit your 4 AA's right there. Once you're done, slide this back on. Additionally, this does have a backup battery, and there's actually, I believe on this side, a USB-C charging port that you can utilize for the backup battery if you need to use that. Now, in terms of the settings itself, you just hit the center here. This will actually light up a pad, and once you've done that, you're basically now ready to use the keypad. I'll actually set it in locked mode just to give an example, and you can see now it's kind of simulating that we're locked. If we hold down the center again, we can get this basically to come up, and then I can enter our code, and it will now unlock. You can also use fingerprint. I'm currently holding my camera with the fingers that I use, so it's pretty straightforward. Basically, you'll hold it, a ring will light up. If it's failed, you'll get red, and then it does give you voice prompts as well. So it works fairly well. You do also have a set of keys that this comes with and the RF code. So here's actually a little card. You get a set of 2, so you can actually wave these past the lock and that will unlock it. And then you do get a set of 3 keys, and these will basically go right in manually. So if you want to use these, you have this option as well. So again, I can lock it this way or unlock it with the key manually. So it's kind of nice that they give you that. If for some reason there's a power failure or anything like that, the batteries run out, you have the keys as a nice backup. Other than that, it does come with the hardware for the inside of the door. There's actually a plastic piece here. We just kept the existing one we had from our old lock, and that actually works 100% just fine. It does also come with a template as needed. So you can see here I was able to use the existing metal piece that was in there. But you do also have a template if for some reason you're going in a new door. It does give you the exact measurements in terms of what you need to make your cuts. And that way this is, basically ready to go. The manual is pretty detailed. It does go through and give you picture and very detailed descriptions of all the settings, resetting, installation, pretty much everything that you need. Cutting the holes there, all the parts. Shows you all the settings for detecting left or right hand, how to reset the lock. It goes through how to use the lock. And again, you have all the options here. You can add multiple fingerprints. You can manage cards, add cards, delete cards, all that stuff. You can even set like guest passwords. You can do 4 to 9 digits on the passcode. And yeah, pretty straightforward. You can even disable the sounds, any of that. So if you don't like the sounds, you can do that. And it does give you very detailed descriptions on all the steps to take for all the different functions, depending on what you want to do. What I usually recommend with fingerprint doors, such as this one, is actually going in and adding like 2 or 3 fingerprints, or even doing the same finger multiple times, and then that way you have a better chance of it actually unlocking the door. Anyway, overall, I'm very happy with this. I think if you're looking for a good door lock, this is a good bet. Thanks for checking out my video review, and I hope you found it helpful.